Thank you for tuning in to Stark Realities. One more show and tell blade review. I'm not even going to let you guess. It is another Albion product. It's almost embarrassing, actually. But, however, it is an Albion sword. So probably be a relatively quick review. This is a piece that I kind of ended up with. I had some orders in place and I was like, oh man, what do I want? And I had been changing things around and I ended up with this. Not that I regret that. It is a little bit outside of my particular time period of interest. But it's, I was kind of inspired. I don't know if any of you out there who tune in here are gamers, but I stumbled across a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. There's the first one, and then this is the second one. I started playing it, and I was like, wow, late 14th, early 15th century, and this sword happened to be in the mix of options for me to get, and I decided to get it. And on that note, it is an Albion Squire line of the Bastard. There's an Oakshot Type 15A. Any of you have been around long enough, you know what those are. Scent Stopper Faceted Pommel. Pretty utilitarian, but nicely done. I mean, this is what's called the budget economy versions that Albion produces, and they're very well done. Just a little bit less finish. That's about it. I'm going to be honest with you. That is about it. It's just a little bit less finish. Grip is smooth, which, Deltons, they're smooth grips just like this, and people have been buying those for decades. So I think it's quite all right. A big old Maker's Mark, which I like the new. I like it. The old one was kind of utilitarian as well, but this gives this some finesse in keeping with Albion's products. So, and their aesthetic. Like I said, this was kind of an inspired piece based on what I was exposing myself to. I'm not a huge high Middle Ages, late Middle Ages guy. If you've seen some of my other show and tell reviews, I'm kind of more of a early Middle Ages, Viking era collector. Those are the things I like. The age of mail. Look at that tip, though. I tell you what, when I got this thing, I was like, that is just menacing, just sitting still. It's a little, it's kind of reinforced, which is cool. Flattened diamond cross section. You couldn't get much simpler, even though it's not simple. Especially if you were to ask Peter Johnson, he'd be like, oh, it's not simple. But there are a lot of 15s on the market. Some are a little cheaper, but as far as handling and performance wise, this thing is quite good. I think there's been plenty of reviews of this particular sword, as well as its next generation cousins, the mercenary, the constable. Not sure. There's a few that have this blade, and the mercenary literally is this sword just with the standard cord over leather wrap that is trademark Albion aesthetic. I'm using that word a lot, aesthetic. I get hung up on words like what have you, and be that as it may. I'm sure if you've been hanging out here long enough, you know, boy, he says that a lot. I've noticed as well. Great sword. This, if you're looking for mid, late, Middle Ages, this is, and you want to save some money, this is the way to go. I ordered mine sharpened, and it is ridiculously sharp, as typically is with Albions. You want to know what's actually the coolest, though? There isn't much of a secondary edge bevel. I have seen, yeah, I know. Don't stab yourself, sir. Please. You really don't. I mean, towards the tip there, but along the edge, I would have thought I would have seen a more significant edge bevel. On this particular one, boy, they did a really nice job kind of blending that in, and I appreciate that. The peen is almost all but invisible. I mean, you really have to take a look. It's there, but... And this... Oh, and look at that. What a nice feature. It's a Maltese cross. Huh. I just noticed that right now. I just noticed that right now. Bow tie guard, very common, simple. See this on a lot of pieces, both historically and in production, as well as the faceted scent stopper. There's also smooth scent stoppers. There's half and halves, where they have the bevels on the cap, and then it's nice and smooth around here. All sorts of ways, but this is what Albion went with, and of course it's because they already had this particular pommel done and made and mapped out to work with this particular sword without issue. No scabbard. I would think that, I mean, we're talking fit and finish on their budget line. Take a look at that. I know a lot of people get really, really spun up over the gap of where the blade goes into the crossguard, but to be fair, originals, they were all over the map. Some of them had great big old gutters for where the blade went in. I don't think they were particularly worried about it, but it's something that I think we worry about maybe too much. But this is just a great performing weapon that you wouldn't think is a cutter, but I can tell you from just handling it, and I haven't cut with it, but it has plenty of impetus. Would it be the best cutter out there? Probably not. But it'll do the job, which is an amazing thing when you think of, in many ways, how more or less simplistic this blade design is compared to other blade designs. Let's keep that in mind. Take like a Type 19 or a Type 20. There's more going on there than this flattened diamond cross-section sword blade. So I don't know how long this one's going to stay in my collection. Could be a while, could be not very long. We shall see. But it is a worthy purchase. Let's do some measurements from Albion's site, all approximate. Overall length, if you haven't already seen this, is 42¼ inches or 108 centimeters. Blade length of 33.125 inches, 86 centimeters. Blade width 2.375 inches or 6 centimeters. Center of balance is 3.875, so just under 4 inches. That's right there, man. That's way back there, which is makes sense. I mean, you're looking at the styles of swordsmanship from the era that this sword would be from, it would make sense to have something that you can pivot and move that point very easily to be able to engage that tip with more accuracy. Center of percussion is almost 19 and a half inches, 49.5 centimeters. Approximate weight, 2 pounds, 15.6 ounces, almost 3 pounds. It doesn't feel like it. To be frank, it feels light. I mean, light enough with the balance that you can use it one-handed. Maybe not as well, obviously, as two-handed, but it goes to the engineering that they put into these. If that's even the appropriate word, do they have engineers in the 15th century? After a fashion, I suppose. And I don't know if they would think of a swordsmith as an engineer, but there you have it. The Bastard by Albion Squire line, series of swords. Well done, worthy purchase, and in keeping with the standard practice of high quality products that Albion makes. So if you're looking for a cost-effective Type 15A that would go right in there with your affectation for late 1300s, early 1400s, this is your baby right here. Can't go wrong. And on that note as well, thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you next time for another review. We'll see what that's going to be. Got a couple of things left out there that I haven't shown on here. And maybe you'll come back and watch those. So, until then, have a great day, and thank you.